Hello everyone. It's an absolute honor to be with you here today. Thank you so much to Marie Meyer of the SASC for inviting me to be part of this exciting venture, creating an opportunity for South African string players to connect, share, learn and inspire. Today I'll be showing you how I teach my little ones how to hold the violin. What we will be aiming for is a good playing posture, relaxed shoulders, no clutching with the left hand or pancake wrists, and a natural head position with no strain. The exercises and games and activities I'll be showing you will go a long way towards developing a good playing posture. We want to set in motion a dynamic hold which will be the foundation for the development of good intonation, vibrato, shifting and left hand facility, which in my mind are all interlinked and the result of a balanced left arm and left hand. Rest position. The first thing that we learn is what to do with the violin when we are not actually playing. I will ask the student to copy me and I will stand next to them or slightly in front of them so that they can copy me easily. I will not stand opposite to them because the mirror image will be confusing to them. In rest position, I prefer the scroll to be up closer to the head rather than just under the arm like this. Who's that tapping at the window? Who's that tapping at the door? Who's that tapping at the window? Who's that tapping at the door? Hello, how are you? Come inside. How are you today? Do come inside. Hello, Susie. Come inside. The tapping action makes the student aware of where their collarbone is, because the violin will be lying on the collarbone. The inviting action activates the rotation movement from the shoulder, engaging with the big muscles in the back, which is what we're going to need to hold the violin up beautifully. There's no fat between the skin and the bone, the collarbone, and that can be quite sore for the little ones if the violin lies directly on that. So I'm going to take a scarf, something very simple, and drape it over the shoulder. This will provide a bit of softness between the violin and the collarbone and make a little nest for the violin to lie in. Then one can see how they develop, whether they need something extra to provide a bit of support as a platform for the violin. There are many options available. I would encourage something pliable instead of something rigid. I've divided holding the violin into a 10-step sequence. This makes it easier for the students to remember what to practice at home. Through repetition, the desired posture and stance is developed. This is what I would like the student to be able to demonstrate at the end of the teaching sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When teaching this to my little ones, I'll be guided by their response as to the pace at which I can go and how much of this activity I can do before alternating it with something else in the lesson. Interaction with the student will make this teaching seem much more natural, but basically it would proceed something like this. Let's make a little V with our violin. Now we're going to give a small step forward with our left foot, and we're going to rock gently backwards and forwards. Make sure that your knees are soft. Relax your toes and take a deep breath. That's lovely. Now, where's your thumb? Let me see. Ah, thumb. Hello, thumb. Let's take our thumb and we're going to wake the violin up. We're going to gently tap, gently stroke the violin with our thumb. And then we're going to give it a little hug. Our forefingers softly curling over the strings. Now we're going to stretch our arm out so that we can look at how pretty the back of our violin is. Do you see the lovely patterns in the wood? Oh, do you know what? Underneath your violin, there's a little button. Let's see if you can feel that button. Let's turn the violin around so that we can see the button. Keep the violin pointing up though. Ah, you can see it? Looks like a Smartie. Yes, don't eat it. Great. Oh dear, your violin's turned into an aeroplane and it is coming down to land on your collarbone. Land gently. Tuck the little Smartie into your neck. Whew, safe landing. Very good. Lastly, I'd like you to step up with your thumb into the corner over there, and we're going to pluck the string that's furthest from us. The name of the string is G. We're going to pluck it with our pinky, our baby finger. Well done. Okay, now let's try this. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, etc. Would you like to count? I'm going to give you a turn to do the counting for us. Let's start. So that's another idea. And then this one is always great fun. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 5. What? Did I count wrong? Oh dear, let's start again. To check if they're still awake. By asking them to make a little V with their feet, you're giving them something concrete and specific to work with. V for violin later becomes a prompt whenever you need to fix something about their stance. The left foot a little bit forward and the swaying gently. This is to make sure that the stance is not rigid, the knees are soft. Encourage them to relax their toes, their feet. Encourage them to keep breathing. And in this way, the weight will be transferred equally over both their hips. It's very difficult to stand with your weight just on one hip if you've got this violin stance. So lovely and tall. Then the thumb on the back of the violin. So we're activating the thumb muscle. We are getting the sense of touch, getting that to wake up, and also by doing it in this way, we're discouraging what could end up as this kind of holding of the neck of the violin, because honestly, this web between the thumb and the first finger clearly is meant for the neck to go in there. It's very obvious. So the thumb goes there and the fingers hugging, they curve gently. So this is in preparation for the future desired left hand position. And everything is gentle and soft, no clutching. If the scroll is held close to the face in rest position, then the child can see very beautifully here right in front of their eyes what they are doing with. Up and out extension of the left arm. Now we're going to get this rotated arm position, which engages the muscles in the back as well, which is what we need to be able to support the weight of the violin. Then the violin comes down onto the collarbone. So to activate those back muscles, you have to come down from above. If you do it in this way, you do not get the same support from the back. We're going to tuck the smarty in slightly to the left of our buttonhole, slightly to the left of the buttonhole. Make sure that it's tucked in. You're bringing the violin towards you. You're not going to go towards the violin with this kind of neck position. Noble neck. Keep the neck upright. Put the head down gently. As with all plans, there's no one pattern that fits all. Good teachers have to think on their feet and adapt in the moment according to the needs of the student. Troubleshooting is part of the game. That's why it's very important that we are able to analyze what we do in order to offer possible solutions to problems. There are many games and activities to develop the skills that I've demonstrated today, and I'm sure you know and use many of them. In terms of resources, a book that I most certainly would suggest is The Teaching of Action in String Playing by Paul Rowland, which is a book of immeasurable inspiration to me. And then Fiddle Time Starters by Kathy and David Blackwell is an excellent tutor book for beginners, so it's definitely worth exploring if you haven't come across it yet. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Enjoy the rest of the wide range of topics the videos of this convention is covering. I hope that this topic and many more could be conversation starters in future, where we can discuss best practice and share ideas and lesson materials. All the best.